I was reading in the Bible. You all know, okay, I am a woman that loves God. So I kind of went to the Bible with this one, and I was reading just to kind of, add to this live, add to this value. And it said in Proverbs 11:24, those who give generously receive more, but those who are stingy with what is appropriate will grow needy. And I was like, wow. So that alone would tell you, like, why wouldn't you want to give more if you could? Like, if you have it, why would you want to give more? And then I was listening, women with plenty of hair up there, a whole lot of hair.
As long as it ain't on my upper lip, I'm good.
Right. And let us stay here. So when I was reading that, I was just thinking, God gives in abundance. And although some of us may say we don't have a lot, and others may say, oh, I have so much money that my barns are just overflowing with money. And, or Shaquille O'Neal, who's able to buy somebody every time he sees somebody in the store. He always provides and gives us provision. And when I was reading this, I was thinking, so if he never lies, then that means that if we give, and we give from the heart, because you're not to give grudgingly.
Yeah, you don't give to get. You give because it feels good.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because that kind of goes to my next point. You give because it feels good. You give because you want to do it. And that's why I wanted to read the definition when it was talking about being open-handed. You don't want to give like this with clutch fists and say, I'm just giving because I have to, or
because God don't want your stank. Right. I don't want it either. Don't give me something and you give it to me egregiously. Like,
I don't want it.
He don't need it, first of all. Second of all, he don't want it. I don't want it. He don't want it. Why would you want something that someone gives to you egregiously? Like, yeah, well, you can have it. That's like somebody said to me one time, well, why don't we just go ahead and get married? Not.
Right. I don't want to marry you. Why don't we marry you? Just like that song, you just made me think about it. That old song by Jagged Edge. Let's get married. But he's like, we're not getting no younger. You might as well do it.
Yeah,
I thought about those words sometimes. I'm like, wow. Like, I wouldn't want to get to marry somebody just because they like, we ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it.
I heard this song the other day and I was thinking, what is he talking about? I listen to the lyrics and just pass out laughing at some of this stuff because I'm like, who wrote this? Like, who wants to do that?
Right. Who wrote it? And like, what? I mean, it had a great beat, but when you think about the words, you're like, wait a minute, does that even make sense?
I actually never liked it.
You have to be wise.
I never liked it.
I like the beat, but you have to be wise. This is from Can't Stop. Hey, Can't Stop. If I didn't say hi, you have to be wise about who you give to, because you have professional begging people out here. Now, that is also the truth. And I think
you do.
That's also probably made it a little bit more difficult for people who are normally really generous to give, and maybe they change up the way they give now.
They do. And you have professional beggars, but
you're moving now.
This is what I have